Princess Diana's wedding dress creator said the Duke of Sussex should be strip-searched if he comes to the UK for fear he might try to record conversations and sell them to Netflix. The debate over whether Prince Harry and Meghan Markle should attend King Charles III's coronation in May this year has raged on for a number of weeks, but it has now been reported that members of the royal fold are fully expecting the Sussexes to attend the event at Westminster Abbey. If they do attend, they should not expect reconciliatory talks, according to a royal family source, but Princess Diana's former dress designer, David Emanuel, has speculated that any talks that were to take place may not remain private anyway. The Welsh designer Mr. Emanuel has had links to the royal family ever since he co-created Princess Diana's ivory taffeta wedding dress, which featured a 25 feet long train that she wore in 1981 when tying the knot with the then Prince Charles. He was featured on a GB News debate called The Clash, with presenter Dan Wootton, which asked whether the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are motivated by money or humanitarian causes. The topic then moved on to the monarch's upcoming coronation and whether the Sussexes, who are now based in Montecito, California, with their 2 children having stepped back as senior royals in 2020, should attend. Mr. Emanuel said that he felt that the royals had given in by saying they expect Harry and Meghan there, and interrupted the conversation to make the point that he believes the Duke will wear a wire to record conversations with his relations. Speaking on Tuesday, the 70-year-old said, "I hope that he gets searched before he comes to this land because he could be wired up for Netflix. Let's be honest. Because whatever is said, he will take back and give it to Netflix and do more stories." There have been reports that those in the royal fold only plan to speak to the Sussexes about the weather as they do not dare broach any other topics, Charlotte Griffiths, the Mail on Sunday's editor-at-large, told GB News. To this, Mr. Emanuel then rhetorically asked, "Wonder why?" Sources close to senior members of the royal family are reportedly worried that private conversations, including the likes of phone calls and text messages, will not stay private. In Harry's bombshell memoir Spare, released in January, the Duke gave a full account of the infamous bridesmaid dress-fitting argument that left the Duchess sobbing on the floor, and included the text interchange Meghan and Kate, Princess of Wales. Several explosive claims were made in the book, ghostwritten by J.R. Moehringer. Harry alleged that it was Prince William and Kate who said wearing a Nazi costume to a fancy dress party in 2005 was a good idea. Harry also claims his older brother attacked him after calling Meghan difficult, rude, and abrasive, and that their relationship was moving too fast. The 38-year-old also took aim at his father and Queen Consort Camilla. Ms. Griffiths also said that Major Johnny Thompson, who worked for Queen Elizabeth II, was tasked with sitting close to the Sussexes at royal events to ensure that they were not recording or leaking any conversations. In an interview with CBS 60 Minutes in early January, he accused Camilla of leaking stories about the family to rehabilitate her image. In another interview that month with Tom Bradby on ITV, the father of 2 was asked about what he would say to the accusation that he has invaded the privacy of his nearest and dearest without permission. To this, the Duke said, "That would be the accusation from people that don't understand or don't want to believe that my family has been briefing the press." Harry believes he has actually held back. In fact, the Duke said that he had so much to share he could have written 2 books, but said that there were some things he just does not want the world to know when speaking to the Telegraph. Harry attacked as inaccessible and callous as Duke likened to old-fashioned royals. Prince Harry reportedly did not warn the woman he lost his virginity to before recalling the episode in his best-selling memoir Spare. Prince Harry was described as callous by royal commentator Angela Levin. The biographer, who penned a book about the Duke of Sussex in 2017, praised Sasha Walpole for the way she came to the fore to tell her side of the story after claiming she was the person Prince Harry described in his book as an older woman with whom he lost his virginity. Appearing on Talk TV's The Independent Republic of Mike Graham, Ms. Levin said, "I think Harry's got used to being able to say whatever he likes without anybody responding." Referring to Ms. Walpole, the author and journalist added, "Now he has come up against somebody who just lives a very straightforward, ordinary life and didn't have the decency to warn her, even the day before the book was out, about what he was doing. He is callous. I think he is more like the old-fashioned royals above it all rather than today's royals who try to make sure they are in touch with the public, and don't get all snooty. They obviously have to wear very smart clothes and live in very smart palaces, but they are more accessible. But Harry has pushed himself so high that he is not accessible and he thinks that what he says is right." Ms. Walpole said in interviews she released a few weeks after the publication of Spare that, upon learning Harry had recounted the episode in his book, she had started to fear someone would realize he was speaking about her. She explained she chose to speak to the media herself to be in control of the attention she would receive after her name became public. Ms. Walpole, a digger driver living in Wiltshire, also argued Harry could have got in touch with her to warn her beforehand he would mention their romp in what became a best-selling book within hours of its release. Speaking to The Sun, she said, "It is his story, and he's entitled to write what he wants. He didn't name me, but people who were there that night, or simply part of that social circle, would be able to work out it was me." Possibly, Harry could have thought about that before publishing. He could have found me if he had tried. Arguing Harry didn't need to provide details in the book about his first time, Ms. Walpole also said, but he described how it happened, in a field behind a pub. That's fine if you're not the other person involved. But if you're me, then you suddenly feel as if your world is getting a little bit smaller. In her conversation with Mike Graham, Ms. Levin said Ms. Walpole was very impressive in her reaction and in taking the chance to make her voice heard. Elsewhere during the program, Ms. Levin also commented on a newly released trailer of South Park, an irreverent US cartoon for adults, which seemingly pokes fun at the Sussexes. Ms. Graham said this suggests Americans are falling out of love with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Ms. Levin replied, "I think a lot of them don't like them because they care about their families and they think they have been just vile about the family. And also they have said enough about it. How many times can you go on and on criticizing people and not doing anything else more positive?"